Welcome back to Close Up. This morning we're continuing our check-ins with mayors around the Granite State. And today we're connecting with Mayor George Hansel of Keene, 4 months on the job now and dealing with a once-in-a-century public policy problem. Mr. Mayor, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Adam. I appreciate the time today.
So how is the rollout of Stay at Home 2.0 working in your city? This first week of retail starting to reopen and heading into now restaurants being able to reopen with outdoor seating.
So it's pretty early to have a good idea of how it's working. We are continuing in the city to promote social distancing and wearing masks in public, and the retailers and the restaurants are obviously starting to figure out how they're going to implement some of these new policies. We've been working on an almost daily basis with our downtown retailers to share information, share the latest information and best practices. And honestly, the restaurateurs themselves have done a great job of getting together and making sure that they're putting in place practices to keep their employees safe and to keep their customers safe. And the city is certainly facilitating those conversations and lending any help we can. But I've been so impressed by the small business owners themselves and how they've really pulled together to support each other throughout this emergency.
And you guys have one of the most iconic downtowns in all of the Granite State. What are we going to see in terms of restaurants being able to use some of that space you have on that main drag?
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, in many ways, downtown Keene is the heart of Cheshire County, the economic heart of Cheshire County. Lots and lots of small businesses and lots of restaurants. And so over the past, since Stay at Home 2.0 has been announced and the first phase of opening for restaurants was announced, we've been working on a one-on-one basis with the restaurants. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to come up with something that would apply to every restaurant in downtown. So we've been working one-on-one with the restaurateurs, trying to allow them to expand as much as they can while protecting the public's right of way to move around and move freely throughout downtown. I think it's important to know, though, that this first phase of opening, what I'm hearing from downtown restaurants is that, this is not going to be back to normal for them. And even with the expanded seating outside, they're still going to be relying very heavily on curbside pickup and delivery. And so we're trying to balance those two needs and figure out how we can accommodate it the best way we can. As
you see the sort of slow motion, devastating impact on business, what's the outlook for municipal revenues and being able to actually fund the services you want to provide there?
Yeah, so we're going through our budget right now. It's challenging with the amount of question marks that are out there. We've obviously seen a pretty heavy loss in revenue from parking since we very early on opened up complimentary parking in the downtown to facilitate the curbside pickup and all of that. But it's hard to tell right now. I'm worried that some of the funds that usually come down from the state through the rooms and meals tax, maybe that would be pulled back a little bit, and that would have an impact on our bottom line. Obviously, Keene is a little bit separated from some of the hotter spots in the state, so to speak. I mean, I just spoke to the CEO of the hospital, Cheshire Medical Center, this morning, and we don't have any positive COVID cases at the hospital currently. We have one under investigation in total. We've had 45 total cases in Cheshire County. But while we're somewhat insulated, we're working hard to make sure that we keep it that way. And the trouble right now is just getting across to people that wearing a mask in public is still really important. That social distancing is still really important, and it's going to be for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I think the total COVID-19 count for Keene is like single digits still for you guys. Are you of the mind that the city can withstand a slightly, potentially higher level of viral transmission if it means being able to reactivate some of the businesses that do help pay the bills?
Yeah, we're very fortunate that we have a great emergency management team that's really headed by our city manager here in Keene and our emergency management director. And overall, the sort of community partners in Keene work really well together, and they have from a very early stage. That includes Cheshire Medical Center, the hospital, but also Keene State College, which is a major player in Keene. I mean, you have to keep in mind that 15% of Keene's population is made up of college students when they're here. So they're a really important community partner, and we've been in constant communication with them about how to manage this crisis for our community.
And what's your outlook, come August, September? Do you expect those students to be moving back, and do you think that's safe?
I do. I expect them to be moving back. We're very lucky to have President Melinda Treadwell, who's in charge at Keene State, and she's also sort of taken a leadership role in coming up with the response for the entire university system and how we manage this, bringing students back. I'm confident that we'll do it in a safe way that's safe for the community, safe for the students, and obviously the staff and faculty at Keene State. But it presents unique challenges, and so we're working through those now. We're holding regular weekly meetings, trying to get all of our ducks in a row before the fall.
And, certainly one of those big things that happens on campus, Ward 1 there, this is a presidential election year. That's thousands of votes that come through. I know this is more on the city clerk side of things, but are you guys involved in figuring out how you're going to get people to vote or allow them to vote and still not have your volunteers, who tend to be older people, exposed?
Yeah, our city clerk is definitely involved in that process, really taking the lead from the state, though. But we're working to provide our input, our feedback to ensure that we have a safe election.
So you're also a business owner. Just give us the perspective from that side of the fence right now. You've got a fifth-generation business there in Keene. What's been the impact to you, and have you had to navigate? I know you're in manufacturing, so that would have allowed you to stay open, but have you had to navigate any of these federal programs in terms of trying to get assistance?
Oh, absolutely. Keene is lucky that we have a good base of larger manufacturers, and a lot of those manufacturers are not terribly impacted. In some cases, their business is actually really skyrocketed. If you think about a CNS Wholesale Grocers, for example, or even a Smith's Medical or Markham Image, both providing products that are related to the response. So there are a lot of businesses that are ramping up. One of the challenges that continues to be a challenge is workforce. We have lots of companies with open positions, but for us, it's about navigating the information flow from all these different sources. As a medium to larger business, you need to be taking information not only from the state, but from OSHA, the CDC. You need to be covering a lot of bases, and it's all new ground. And so what we've been doing at the City of Keene is hosting weekly or even 2 times a week meetings, virtual town halls, we call them, with different business sectors. So we do one for the restaurants, we've done one with manufacturers, and we really just try to bring experts to the table, try to improve that flow of information so that everybody's on the same page and able to respond.
Like every other government body around the state, you're now meeting remotely. How has this changed citizen participation in Keene, people being able to access their councilors, their mayor at these meetings?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, one of the things that I did early on is host a daily update, so a daily virtual town hall, and we've been able to get the word out on that, and we have really solid participation on those every morning, and it's just an opportunity for citizens to ask questions about what's going on. I also host a radio show every weekend, which is a call-in radio show, which gets a whole nother kind of demographic of people. So the interaction between the city and the public has been pretty strong, and that extends to our virtual meetings. So our virtual city council meetings, obviously members of the public can call in, they can participate in those meetings, and we're working really, really hard. I think one of the jobs of government in times like this is to increase transparency and also really just up the ante as far as communication goes. I mean, when people are better informed, they'll be much calmer, and it ends up being a better situation. So that's what we've been trying to do here at the City of Keene.
I do want to circle back to one policy idea. You had proposed a kind of stimulus for Keene to try and prop up some of the local economy. Would that be federal funding, or are you guys going to issue municipal bonds, or would it be a tax?
Combination of all things. I mean, we're really we're getting ready to really lean into this recovery when the time comes, and it's really taking a lot of ideas that have been building up steam over the last few years. I want to make sure that they don't fall on the back burner. I mean, Keene is really poised to grow. We're poised to attract new tourists eventually and new businesses and all that stuff. And so what we're looking to do is get all of those projects shovel ready, ready to go should additional opportunities, funding opportunities present themselves. But a lot of these development projects aren't relying on anything having to do with the current emergency. We have been putting financial packages together to support these projects over years, and we're just really hopeful that we're able to follow through on those and continue. And a lot of them rely on public-private partnerships. You know, that's how Keene gets things done. We get them done together. We get them done by bringing lots of different groups together and just making it happen. And COVID doesn't change that. Keene's going to continue to move forward. All
right, Mayor George Hansel, thank you for your time and good luck in responding to this pandemic.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, be well.